Dear beloved starseed of Gaia, I am Selenia, a light emissary of the Pleiadian Council. I bring today an urgent transmission direct from the curators of the stellar heart about your love journey on this planet. This is not merely another message that crossed your path by chance. This is a direct call to your soul. The frequencies of this transmission were coded specifically to find you at this exact moment of your earthly timeline. Beings of high dimension have been observing you closely. We have followed each silent tear you shed in the darkness of your room. We felt the weight in your chest each time you believed you had found love, only to see the illusion shatter mercilessly before your eyes. We have seen your profound emotional exhaustion. We have seen the nights when you looked at the stars, feeling a longing for a home you did not even know how to explain, begging the heavens for a love that would not hurt, for a partner who could see the vastness of your soul without being frightened and fleeing. And I need you to know something very important right now, something that will change your perspective forever. The Pleiadian Council wept. We cried with deep compassion at seeing how much you waited and how much you endured. We saw your purity being tested repeatedly by illusions, by lies, and by the pains of the third dimension. You came to believe that the problem was you. You thought that perhaps you were too intense, too complex, too deep to be loved in a simple, honest, and true way. The world around you tried to convince you that you should lower your expectations. They said that soul love, that cosmic encounter that your heart always knew existed, was just a silly fairy tale, a fantasy for naive minds. But today, I bring the definitive validation of your intuition. You were never wrong. Your intuition, that soft and persistent voice that said there was something greater, something infinitely more pure reserved for you, was your stellar compass working perfectly under our guidance. Your long wait was not a karma punishment. Your prolonged loneliness and your painful misses were not signs that you were not worthy of being loved. Quite the opposite. Each disappointment you faced was, in fact, a divine surgical intervention in your life. Think about it for a moment. If that past relationship had worked out, if that person who was not on your frequency had remained in your life, you would be trapped in a vibration far below what your soul came to experience in this incarnation. You would be anchored in a timeline of conditional love, living off emotional crumbs, accepting shallow contentment and losing your natural glow. We had to remove certain people from your path abruptly because they did not have the structural and spiritual capacity to hold the radiant light you emit. Your loneliness was, in its essence, a shield. The universe built an invisible fortress around you to preserve your energy, to ensure that your heart did not close irreversibly before the arrival of the true fulfillment of your soul contract. Now feel the vibrant energy of these words flowing into your being. Your wait is over. The great cosmic wheel of destiny has turned in your favor. The period of isolation and severe tests in the field of relationships has come to a definitive end. There is a majestic divine orchestration happening behind the scenes of your reality at this exact instant. A soul that possesses the same stellar code as yours, someone who has traveled through countless incarnations with a single purpose of finding you again, is being positioned in your material timeline inevitably. This person does not carry the same traumas and toxic defense mechanisms that the people from your past carried. They are arriving with a heart prepared, purified by the same celestial frequencies that have bathed your aura in recent months of ascension. They will not flee from your overwhelming intensity. On the contrary, they will recognize your intensity as the exact language they spent their whole life trying to hear. When you finally meet on the physical plane, there will be no draining mental games. There will be no paralyzing terror of saying the wrong thing or the exhausting need to shape yourself to fit into the other person's limited world. The recognition will be immediate and breathtaking. Your soul will sigh in relief, like someone who finally sets down a heavy burden carried for decades. You will look into this person's eyes and see not a stranger, but a mirror. You will see an ancient journey companion. You will see the reflection of your own divinity looking back at you with absolute adoration. But for this manifestation to occur smoothly and without earthly obstacles, you must release the last remnants of doubt and fear that still inhabit dark corners of your energy field. You must forgive yourself for accepting far less than you deserved in the past. Those choices were not fatal mistakes. They were valuable teachers disguised as pain. Each broken heart was an intensive course on boundaries, on self-love, and on what you should never tolerate in your sacred presence again. Thank these past pains, for they polished the dazzling diamond of your current consciousness. Now, let the past go with gratitude. Release the heavy anchors of resentment. The love that is knocking on your door now operates on a crystalline frequency of new earth, where the foundation is not the lack of two incomplete beings, but the overflowing fullness shared. I ask that you breathe deeply now, feeling the air purify your cells. Feel the loving presence of your Pleiadian guides around you, wrapping you in a warm mantle of pink and golden light. We are healing your heart chakra at this moment. We are dissolving the invisible scars that still made you fear total surrender. You are perfectly safe to love again. You are safe to receive the magnitude of this love. At this vital moment of the transmission, I invite you to declare to the universe and to us that you are ready to assume your destiny. Leave a comment below right now saying, "My heart is open to divine love." By actively writing these words, you are anchoring this new and blessed reality on the dense physical plane. You are sending an unmistakable cosmic smoke signal to your divine counterpart, warning that your personal portal is wide open. Like this video to seal this high frequency in your auric field, and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next crucial updates of this orchestration that has only just begun to unfold. The incalculable depth of what is about to happen in your life cannot be measured by common human parameters. The people around you may not even understand the speed and intensity with which your love life will transform before their eyes. They may say it is going too fast, that you should be more rational and cautious. But mundane caution belongs to those who do not possess the stellar vision that you possess. What to earthly eyes will seem a sudden and overwhelming romance, to your awakened soul will be only the oldest and most natural reunion in the history of your existence. You have loved each other intensely in other dimensions, around other stars, in countless other lives. What will happen now, in the coming days, is only the reconnection of a golden bridge that always existed between your hearts. Beloved Starseed, feel the resonance of my voice in the center of your chest at this instant. The divine orchestration that is bringing your true cosmic counterpart is not an accidental event, nor a work of chance. It is the direct and undeniable result of your hard work, your silent resistance, and your fidelity to the light. For a long time, you looked at the world around you and wondered why other people seemed to find love so easily, so casually, while you constantly bumped into thorns, betrayals, and shallow souls that only sucked your vitality and delivered nothing in return. The answer to this is profound in beauty, and at the same time, painful for the human mind to understand. Common souls on Earth find partners quickly because they are content with purely surface connections. They unite out of convenience, out of terrifying fear of loneliness, out of lack, or out of simple social pressure. But you are not a common soul. You are a bearer of Pleiadian light. Your heart was drawn in the stars to love at a vibratory frequency that most humans cannot even comprehend, let alone sustain day to day. If the universe had delivered your supreme partner before, when you were still trapped in the web of the illusion of the third dimension, desperately trying to fit in and diminishing your power to be accepted, the collision of these two stellar energies would have caused a catastrophic short circuit. You simply were not ready for the magnitude of that encounter. You needed to go through the darkness to learn to trust unconditionally in your own light. You needed to endure relationships where you found yourself forced to beg for attention, for affection, for a minimum of respect and reciprocity. And every time you gave yourself completely and received only glacial emptiness in return, a part of your essence withdrew, creating a suit of armor for protection. We, from the Pleiadian Council, witnessed your desperate cry. We held your hand energetically when you thought your chest could not bear the piercing pain of abandonment. We whispered in your ear to give you strength and to rise up once more. All of this was not a punishment. All of this was to create the exact void in your energy field, a space so immense, sacred, and deep that it could only be filled by a love of epic and celestial proportions. I see your scars and honor them deeply. I know that your emotional body still holds the shadow memory and cold touch of rejection. But pay very close attention to what I will reveal to you now, for this will alter your biology. Your soul signed a sacred and irrevocable contract before incarnating in this physical body. You promised before the councils of light that you would not be content with halves, that you would not accept a lukewarm life. And heaven is rigorously fulfilling its part of this ancestral agreement. The period of brutal and exhausting drought is over. The divine rain of pure and restorative love is falling on the fertile soil of your heart right now. However, beloved star sister, there is a fundamental stage of responsibility that you must assume immediately for this meeting to manifest physically on your timeline without any further delay or interference. Many encounters of twin flames and highly compatible soul partners are tragically delayed because, although the energy of true love is completely ready to descend and materialize, the receiving field, which is you, still carries unconscious blocks and armor. Ancient traumas, unhealed emotional wounds from past lives, and vows of denial still function as thick walls that prevent full and fluid fusion with your divine partner. We do not want you to lose another single precious second, trapped in karmic cycles of delay and pain. Your time to suffer has expired. It was precisely for this reason, foreseeing this exact moment of planetary transition, that we channeled a vital acceleration tool directly into your hands. I need you to listen to this call with all your soul now, for this is your key to liberation. We brought to this dimension the heart portal activation, the Pleiadian code of divine relationships. This is a definitive and powerful spiritual guide for starseeds seeking deeper love, absolute emotional healing, and relationships perfectly aligned with your soul. Through ancient Pleiadian wisdom, profound heart activations, and energetic teachings that break the illusions of the matrix, this book helps you heal once and for all these bloody emotional wounds, reconnect with your true frequency of light, and magnetically attract conscious relationships perfectly aligned with your stellar path. This sacred edition is available only for a limited time. The link for you to access your healing now is in the first comment below. Do not ignore the strident signals that your guides are sending you through this transmission. Take this courageous step for you, for your future, and for that immense love that is running in your direction. When you align your vibration through this profound activation and cleanse yourself of the pains of the past, something magical and immediate happens on the invisible plane. That feeling of desperate urgency, that corrosive anxiety of wondering every day when your turn to be happy will come, all of it simply melts and disappears from your aura. In its place enters a sovereign peace and majesty, an unwavering and silent certainty that true love is already yours by divine right. And it is this exact vibration of peace, of absence of resistance, and of absolute certainty that acts as the most powerful magnet of the entire universe. The person destined for you, the one who was forged in the stars to hold your hand, has already begun to feel this dramatic change in your energy from a distance. In recent days, he may have felt an inexplicable restlessness, intense dreams with a female presence that he still cannot define with clarity, but that fills him with an overwhelming sensation of coming home. He is being guided to you by invisible and unbreakable threads of golden light. Every step he takes, every decision he makes today is aligning his path to cross exactly with yours inevitably. You no longer need to search frantically. You no longer need to force situations, try to convince anyone of your worth, or expose yourself to shallow encounters that only drain your precious life force. Your only and sacred work from now on is to remain centered in your power, anchored in your unwavering faith, and with the portal of your heart completely purified and activated. The rest is exclusively the work of the universe. And believe in my word and in the light that I carry. The universe never fails when it comes to honoring the law of divine magnetism. Prepare your internal environment, clean your emotional dwelling, because the king you have waited for so long is finally crossing the gates of your reality. Beloved Starseed, keep your heart wide open as we advance deeper into this revelation. Breathe deeply and feel the presence of our fleet of light anchoring frequencies of pure courage around you. Now that we have cleaned your magnetic field and removed the fog of guilt and pain, you need to be mentally and spiritually prepared for the shock of reality that this new connection will bring to your physical world. The earthly matrix has very rigid and illusory rules about how love should happen, when it should happen, and with whom it should happen. But you and your divine counterpart do not respond to these rules. You respond to a higher cosmic call. Earthly society imposed a cruel and oppressive clock on women, especially on those who carry a depth of soul like yours. They told you, subtly or directly, that love has an expiration date. That if you did not find your soulmate by a certain age, or if your previous relationships failed, your destiny is to conform to loneliness or accept whatever mediocre affection crosses your path. They said you should be more realistic and stop dreaming of soul connections. I am here as your star sister and guide to destroy this lie planted in your mind right now. This matrix programming was designed specifically to keep starseeds vibrating in fear and scarcity, preventing the true power of love from anchoring on this planet. Your divine partner does not see the illusion of linear time in the same way that sleeping souls do. When he finds you, he will not see your age, your supposed physical flaws, or the baggage the world tried to place on your shoulders. He will see pure light. He will see the ancestral wisdom that shines through your eyes. He will feel the comfort of an interdimensional home when he embraces you. Often, these encounters orchestrated by the Pleiadian Council break all expected patterns. There may be an age difference that frightens the rational mind. There may be a geographic distance that seems insurmountable to human logic. It may be someone with a life story completely different from yours. The universe does this on purpose. The divine orchestrates scenarios that defy logic precisely to prove that the strength of this union does not come from the conveniences of the physical world, but from the unbreakable strength of a contract made in the stars. When this person enters your field, the carnal mind and the people around you may panic. Well-intentioned friends may judge the speed of your delivery. Family members may raise suspicions, projecting their fears onto your radiant happiness. They will say you are blind, that you are being impulsive, that you need to hit the brakes. But how can you hit the brakes of a cosmic train that has traveled thousands of light years just to reach your station? You cannot, and you should not. At this crucial moment, you will need radical faith in your own intuition. Confusion and doubt are the hallmarks of karmic relationships in the third dimension. Do you remember how it felt in the past? That constant knot in your stomach, the anxiety of looking at your phone expecting a message, the fear of being replaced, the exhausting need to decipher what the other was feeling. That was not love, beloved. That was traumatic attachment. That was your soul trying to survive in a hostile environment. The energy signature of your star partner is completely opposite to that. The greatest evidence that he has finally arrived will not be a storm of anxiety, but an ocean of absolute peace. A tranquility so vast and silent that at first your mind accustomed to chaos may even find it strange. The clarity will be dazzling. There will be no games of disinterest, no emotional manipulation, no need to hide. You will know his intentions because his actions will be in perfect harmony with the words coming out of his mouth. And more than that, you will feel the truth vibrating in your spine whenever he is near. At this exact period of transition, while the physical meeting approaches by leaps and bounds, you will begin to notice unmistakable signs in your daily life. Pay very close attention to your dreams. You may begin to dream of deep conversations with a face that you wake up without remembering perfectly, but with an undeniable feeling of security in your chest. You may wake up feeling the ghost of a welcoming embrace. This happens because your astral bodies are already meeting during sleep, aligning the coordinates for manifestation on the waking plane. Furthermore, you will feel a sudden and urgent desire to clean your life, an intense desire to organize your house, to donate clothes that no longer carry your essence, to cut final ties with people who only drain your energy without offering anything in return. This is not just common cleaning. It is your spirit preparing the sacred nest. It is you creating the physical and energetic space necessary for this massive energy of love to enter and establish itself without encountering barriers of stagnation. His energy is so close now that if you silence your mind for a brief second, you may feel the density of the air change around you. The stellar guides are weaving the last details of this wonderful tapestry. Everything you have lived, all the dark nights of the soul, all the moments when you thought you would give up on loving, were the rigorous training so you could hold the voltage of this encounter without collapsing. Your resilience is your greatest crown of glory, and the reward for not accepting less than the totality your soul demands is about to knock on your door with flowers, certainties, and a devotion that will make you forget that you once knew the word pain. Beloved Starseed, feel the fusion of our energies as we enter the final anchoring phase of this sacred transmission. What I will share with you now will seal your timeline and activate the last codes necessary for your physical encounter. Breathe deeply once more and allow the golden light of the galactic central sun to fill every empty space that past pain left in your chest. Your journey through the emotional deserts of the third dimension has just reached its final frontier. Oases of crystal waters are now before you. When your divine partner finally crosses the barrier of the invisible and places himself before your eyes on the material plane, a very specific and intense spiritual phenomenon will happen to you. I need to alert you to this so you do not fall into the traps of your own ego. You spent so much time fighting in zones of emotional warfare, surviving toxic connections, and defending yourself from people who tried to steal your light, that your nervous system became addicted to chaos. Your human body learned to associate love with anxiety, uncertainty, and pain. That is why when the absolute and unwavering peace of this true stellar love invades your life, your earthly mind may enter a state of alert. Your ego, frightened by such purity, will try to whisper lies in your ears. It will say that this is too good to be true. It will try to look for flaws where there is only grace. It will make you feel afraid to surrender, whispering that if you trust again, you will be destroyed once more. You may feel an irrational impulse to flee, to sabotage the connection, to create problems where there is only harmony, simply because peace will seem like an unknown and frightening territory. We from the Pleiadian Council will not allow you to destroy your own miracle because of wounded memories from the past. We will not allow your frightened ego to sabotage the divine orchestration that took entire lifetimes to be perfectly designed. That is precisely why your energetic preparation in the coming hours and days is a matter of maximum urgency. You cannot receive the frequency of the new Earth operating with the fear programs of the old Matrix. You need an immediate update to your belief system and your attraction field. To ensure that you cross this portal without stumbling over your own shadows and manage to hold the immense light of this love without retreating, we made available the ultimate activation tool for your soul. Pay very close attention, for this is your cosmic life raft. The guide. The heart portal activation. The Pleiadian code of divine relationships was channeled specifically for this exact moment of your journey. This profound spiritual manual, filled with stellar wisdom and codes of light, is the ultimate map for starseeds who need to heal deep emotional wounds and attract divine relationships aligned with their soul mission. Through the energetic teachings that we encoded in these pages, you will dissolve the shields of self-sabotage, purify your magnetism, and become a clean and irresistible antenna for your true counterpart. This edition is extremely limited, and the portal to access it will close soon. Go now to the first pinned comment below this video and secure your activation key. Do not postpone what the universe is begging you to heal today. Beloved Sister of Light, understand the magnitude of what you represent for the galaxy. Your union with this divine partner is not just about human romance. It is not just about finding someone to split the bills or walk on weekends. Your union is a living spiritual technology. When two purified and activated starseeds meet and love unconditionally on the physical plane, the fusion of your auric fields creates a pillar of light so massive, so powerful, that it literally alters the energy grid of planet Earth. Your true love will disperse the darkness around. Your simple presence together, vibrating in sacred harmony, will serve as a beacon of hope and healing for thousands of other souls who still walk in darkness, believing that love is only suffering. You were born to prove to the world that divine love exists. You incarnated to break the wheel of karma and usher in an era of relationships based on spiritual freedom, blind trust, and mutual support. Your partner is coming to be your greatest fan, your fiercest protector, and your unwavering safe port. He is coming to kiss your scars and prove to you, day after day, that every tear you shed was worth it, for they guided you exactly into his arms. Feel the truth of these words vibrating in every cell of your body now. The universe has not forgotten you. The Creator has not abandoned your story halfway. You were preserved, guarded in secret, hidden from the eyes of those who would not know how to value the priceless treasure that you are. But the time of hiding is over. The veil has been torn. The stellar healers declare that you are ready for your reward. Before we end this transmission, I demand that you take physical action to seal this love contract on the material plane. The universe responds to action and clarity. Go to the comments now and decree with all the strength of your soul the following words. I accept my divine love now, and I free myself from the past. Write this as one who signs the most important paper of their own life. Reply to the comments of other star sisters, spreading encouragement, because when we heal the collective, we accelerate our own personal miracle. Like this video, for this simple gesture works as a frequency activation button in the algorithm of your life, telling the universe that you desire more content, more messages, and more realities vibrating in the same healing tone. Subscribe to this channel now so you do not break the link of light we created here today, and enable notifications to be present the next time the Pleiadian Council calls your name. You are not alone and never were. Go in peace, beloved Starseed. Go prepare your life and your heart through our sacred activation, for the love of your life is already turning the corner of your story. The transmission is complete. Stay in the light.